Good morning, students. In continuation of electronic configuration of D block elements, yesterday we saw about the 3D series. What are the 3D series? Yesterday we saw the 3D series element electronic configuration. Today we will see over here 4D series electronic 4D series and 5D series and 6D series elements electronic configuration. Yesterday we saw the 3D series, that is first transition element. These are the second transition elements. These are the third transition elements. Okay, these are the fourth transition elements. These are all new elements. We will see in continuation what are those. What is the electronic configuration of them? Yesterday we saw just like argon 4s2, 3d1, 3d2, 3d3, 3d4 like that. Same today also I will do the electronic configuration of all these elements. Okay, all these elements same like configuration with the inert gases electronic configuration. Okay, here I am giving krypton. Here common element is common. Inert gas is krypton. Up to krypton, write electronic configuration. Krypton. Here also krypton. Here also krypton. After the krypton, electron entered into the. Okay, yesterday 3d orbital, electron entered into the 5s orbital, 4s orbital. Here electron entered into the 5s2. Okay, here 4d1, 5s2, 4d2, 5s2, 4d3. Okay, what is the first yttrium? Why means yttrium? Electronic configuration is krypton 5s2, 4d1. Zirconium, okay, atomic number 40. Okay, just first I will write, after that I will give. Okay, here 4s2, 4d4. Remember this one. Next 4s2, 4d5, 5s2, not 4s2, 5s2, sorry, 5s2. Here 5s2, 4d6, 5s2, 4d7, 5s2, 4d8, 5s2, 4d9. Remember this one also, symbol. Next 5s2, 4d10. And here this cadmium is not transition element. This cadmium is not transition element. Why? Because completely filled orbitals are there. In this transition is not cadmium is not transition element due to the presence of completely filled orbitals. Due to the presence of completely filled orbitals. Yttrium electronic atomic number 39, electronic configuration here krypton 5s2, 4d1. Next zirconium atomic number 40, krypton 5s2, 4d2. Niobium atomic number 41, krypton 5s2, 4d3. Molybdenum atomic number 42, krypton 5s2, 4d4. Okay, 4d4. Here technetium atomic number 43, krypton 5s2, 4d5. Ruthenium 44 atomic number, krypton 5s2, 46. Rhodium, okay, here 45 atomic number, krypton 5s2, 47. Palladium atomic number 46, krypton 5s2, 48. Silver 47 atomic number, krypton 5s2, 49. Cadmium 48, krypton, okay, here 5s2, 4d10. Okay, in this more stable elements are, one is technetium, after that cadmium. Why? Because here off field electronic configuration, here completely filled electronic configuration. In this technetium and cadmium both are the most stable electronic configuration, have most stable electronic configuration. So these are most stable, technetium and cadmium. Due to technetium due to off field electronic configuration, cadmium due to completely filled electronic configuration. Then I rounding up these two, molybdenum and silver. These are unstable. Molybdenum unstable. Molybdenum atomic number 42 now. Here I am writing one electronic configuration. Okay, 5s2, 4d4. It is unstable. This is a general configuration. It is unstable. But here it is present in another electronic configuration, that is 5s1, 4d5. This electronic configuration is called as abnormal electronic configuration. This is a stable electronic configuration of molybdenum. Yesterday we saw chromium, copper. Like that, molybdenum and silver. Molybdenum and silver in continuation. Here also two are there. Here also two are there. We will see in continuation. Okay, abnormal electronic configuration of that one. In 4D series, molybdenum and silver shows abnormal electronic configuration. Silver also same. Krypton 5s2, 4d9. I am writing here abnormal electronic configuration of silver. Krypton 5s2, okay, 4d10. This is a stable electronic configuration or abnormal electronic configuration. Stable electronic configuration or abnormal electronic configuration of molybdenum and silver. Okay, in 3D series, which shows abnormal electronic configuration, chromium and copper. In 4D series, the molybdenum and silver shows abnormal electronic configuration. Abnormal electronic configuration. Okay, these are the abnormal electronic configurations of molybdenum and silver present in a 4D series. Next in continuation, we will see the 5D series. 5D series elements are simply considered as a what we called third transition elements. Okay, in this electron, first electron entered into the here after the here I am writing xenon. Here I am writing xenon first. To write xenon electronic configuration. Up to write xenon electronic configuration. Xenon electronic configuration. After the xenon electronic configuration, okay, this one is 6s2, 5d1. Here, here 6s2, 5d2. Here 6s2, 5d3. Here 6s2, 5d4, and here 4f also present, but it 4f not explained here. 6s2, 5d5, 6s2, 5d6, 6s2, 5d7, 6s2, 5d8, 6s2, 5d9, 6s2, 5d10. In this mercury and here after electronic configuration rhenium, these two are the stable. Put the star mark now, those are stable. Rhenium due to the reanion due to the off-field electronic configuration, mercury due to the completely filled electronic configuration. And here tungsten, here W is tungsten. After that, Haran gold shows abnormal electronic configuration. Tungsten normal electronic configuration is xenon. What is the tungsten normal electronic configuration? Xenon. Okay, here 6s2, 5d4. Okay, Haran xenon 6s2, 5d9. These are the normal electronic configuration. In normal electronic configuration, these are the unstable. These two elements are unstable. In normal electronic configuration, these two elements are unstable. When one electron from 6s orbital to 5d orbital, excited from 6s orbital to 5d orbital, then the electron configuration changed into 6s1, 5d5. Here also same xenon 6s1, 5d10. These two are this one abnormal electronic configuration of tungsten and gold, Haran. Okay, in first 3D series, chromium and copper is present. Here molybdenum and silver. Here tungsten and here gold shows abnormal electronic configuration. Abnormal configuration. Okay, then in continuation we will see some more elements, electronic configuration of some more elements. Okay, actinium-89. Okay, here electron entered into the here 6s over 7s2 6d1. Next here electron, after this electron entered into the 5f orbital of thorium-92, lawrencium-103. In between these 14 elements, electron entered into the 5f orbital. After that, electron entered into the 7s2 6d2, 7s2 6d3. That means here we have radon is there. Sorry, here radon. Here also radon, here also radon. Radon 7s2 6d1, 7s2 6d1. Here also same 7s2 6d2, 6d2 to 7s2 6d3. Here radon, radon. Here also radon, here also radon. Here also radon, here also radon, here also radon. Radon 7s2 6d4. Okay, here radon 7s2 6d5, 7s2 66, 7s2 67, 7s2 68, 7s2 69, 7s2 6010. In this is, we don't have the name UU, unbayum. Unbayum is the one of the stable element. After that, this one boomium is the stable element. Boomium and unbayum both are the stable element, which are star marked. Those are more stable due to the off-field electronic configuration and completely filled electronic configuration of elements. And here two elements shows two elements. This one Sagarium and Rhenium. Sagarium and Rhenium both shows the abnormal electronic configuration. Okay, see abnormal electronic configuration of those elements. Just here I will write. Okay, one is Sagarium and Rhenium. Just I will write the abnormal electronic configuration of those. Hg. Okay, here normal electronic configuration radon 7s2 6d4. 7s2 6d4. This normal electronic configuration Rg. Okay, here radon 7s2 6d9. These are the common electronic configuration, but one electron changed from 7s2 6d, here 7s2 6d. Then it becomes radon 7s1 6d5. Here also radon 7s1 6d10. These two are the abnormal electronic configuration of these two Sg and Rg elements. Sagarium, Rhenium, okay, elements. These two are the abnormal electronic configuration of these elements. Okay, this is about the electronic configuration of 5D, 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D series element. First transition element, second transition element, third transition element, and fourth transition elements. This is about the electronic configuration. Next in continuation, we will see some periodic properties, physical properties and periodic properties of D-block elements. Physical properties and periodic properties and specific properties of okay, here physical properties. Periodic properties and special properties. Special properties of D-block elements. Physical properties means common physical properties. Most of the metals are solid metals. One or two are there: mercury, mercury is the liquid metal, remaining all are the solid metals. Some of the soft solid metals and non-metals also there. Okay, metalloids also present. Okay, sometimes some of the elements, some of the metals, okay, will cut by the knife. Those are simply considered as a soft metals. Some of the hard metals also there. And here density, melting point, boiling point, all are increases by increasing the atomic weight. Melting point, boiling point, all those melting point, boiling point, density values all increases by increasing the atomic weight of the an element. Okay, that is about the physical properties. No more discussion about the physical properties. Periodic properties. Here we have two important periodic properties. One is atomic size. We call another way atomic radius. Atomic radius. After that, ionization enthalpies. Okay, here I am explaining both are in same way. Ionization enthalpies. See, first I am writing not only in first series, not only in first transition, second transition, third transition, fourth transition, all those are the same. Why? Because all these are the physical, all these are the periodic properties. That's why in 3D series, in 4D series and 5D series all is same. Here I am writing 3D series element: scandium, okay, titanium, beryllium, chromium, okay, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc. These are the 3D series elements. Here I am writing electronic configuration, outermost electronic configuration 4s2, 3d1. Here 4s2, 3d2, 4s2, 3d3, 4s2, 3d4, 4s2, 3d5. Okay, here 3d6, here 3d7, here 3d8, 3d9, 3d10. See all those elements. Okay, differentiating electron entered into the only 3D orbital. In all these elements, differentiating electron entered into the 3D orbital. Due to differentiating electron entered into the only one orbital, the nuclear charge will be increases, or the attraction forces between nucleus and outermost orbital electrons gradually increases while moving from left to right. Due to that, increasing the attraction forces between nucleus and outermost orbit, atomic radius or atomic size gradually decreases. Atomic radius gradually decreases. AR means atomic radius gradually decreases. Why atomic radius gradually decreases? While moving from left to right, the differentiating electron entered into the only one orbital. See here 3d1, 3d2, 3d3, 3d4, 3d5, 3d6, 3d7, 3d8, 3d9, 3d10 only. All are electrons entered into the only one orbital. Due to that, the nuclear charge increases. Or the attraction forces between nucleus and outermost orbit increases. By increasing the attraction forces between nucleus and outermost orbit, the atomic radius gradually decreases from scandium to zinc. Atomic radius gradually decreases from scandium to zinc. By decreasing the atomic radius, ionization enthalpy values gradually increases. IP values: ionization enthalpy, ionization potential, ionization energy. IP values gradually increases. In this zinc exhibit the more and more ionization enthalpy. Zinc exhibit more and more ionization enthalpy values. And one more thing before explaining this one. Zinc, cadmium, mercury. These three elements are not transition elements. These three not transition elements due to the completely filled orbitals. completely filled orbitals. Zinc, cadmium, mercury. These three are not considered as a transition elements due to completely filled orbitals. And here iron, cobalt, nickel. These three we call transition triads. Iron, cobalt, nickel, and ruthenium, rhodium, palladium. After that, one more pair is there. One more pair is there. Osmium, iridium, platinum. Iron, cobalt, nickel. These three pairs we call as transition triads. We have doubling triads: lithium, sodium, potassium. Chlorine, bromine, iodine. Here calcium, strontium, barium. These are also triads. We call this one Dobby-Reiner triads or Doberman triads. These three pairs are we call Doberman triads. These three pairs we call transition triads. This is about the triad system. Here ionization potential. Atomic radius values gradually decreases. By decreasing the atomic radius, ionization enthalpy values are gradually increases. This is about the periodic properties of d block elements. Next, in continuation, we will see some of the special properties. Special properties of d block elements. Due to the partially filled orbitals, due to the high nuclear charge, due to the partially filled d orbitals or incompletely filled d orbitals, and here high nuclear charge, and finally dividing surface area of transition elements. Those show some specific properties. One is variable oxidation states. Second one, complex formation properties. Third one, color properties. Shows color properties. Catalytic properties. Catalytic properties, and finally magnetic properties. Here these are the special properties. Why this shows special properties? Three reasons. One is incompletely filled or partially filled d orbitals. Nuclear charge, more nuclear charge on central atom. And finally divided surface area. Due to these reasons, these will be the specific properties. Special properties. What are those? Variable oxidation state, complex formation properties, color properties, catalytic properties, magnetic properties. Just this is about the special properties. In continuation, we will see the special properties. One is variable oxidation states of d block elements. Variable oxidation states is nothing but one of the atom or one of the element exhibit more than one oxidation state. Such oxidation states we called as variable oxidation state. One of the element exhibits more than one oxidation state. Such oxidation states we called as variable oxidation state. In continuation, we will see one of the important special property, variable oxidation states. See, I am explaining first 3 3D series variable oxidation state. After that we'll see 4D series and 5D series and 6D series. Okay, here 3D series I am writing scandium, okay, titanium, vanadium, chromium, okay, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, okay, copper, zinc. Okay, see here scandium exhibits, okay, here scandium exhibit only +3 oxidation state. Scandium exhibit only +3 oxidation state. Okay, here titanium exhibit +2 +3 +4. Titanium exhibit +2 +3 +4 oxidation states. Titanium exhibit +2 +3 +4 oxidation state. And here, okay, vanadium exhibit +2 +3 +4 and +5 oxidation state. Chromium exhibit +2 +3 +4 +5 +6 oxidation state. Chromium exhibit +6 oxidation state. After that, manganese exhibit +2 +3 +4 +5 +6 +7 oxidation state. Okay, after that, iron exhibit +2 +3 +4. Iron exhibit +2 +3 +4. Cobalt also exhibit +2 +3 +4. Nickel also exhibit +2 +3 +4. Okay, +3 +3 +4. Copper exhibit +1 and +2 only. Zinc exhibit only +2. This is not a transition element. It is not a transition element. Okay, in D block 3D series, here I am writing maximum common oxidation state is, for the all common oxidation state is +3. Okay, copper not exhibit, zinc not exhibit, but most of the elements exhibit +3 oxidation state. Okay, highest oxidation state is, okay, highest oxidation state is it exhibit by manganese +7. Manganese +7. Where it exhibit the manganese +7? In KMnO4, potassium permanganate, manganese oxidation state is here potassium +1. Okay, oxygen -2 into 4 -8, manganese +7. Okay, it exhibit maximum highest oxidation state of 3D series element is +7. Lowest oxidation state of 3D series. Lowest oxidation state of 3D series is the +1. +1 exhibited by copper Cu +1. It in Cu2O. It is -2, it is +2, 1 copper is +1. We call Cuprous. Here we call Cuprous. And which is more stable? Scandium in +3 oxidation state. What is the scandium electronic configuration? Okay, 4s2 3d1. Argon 4s2 3d1. Wait. Scandium electronic configuration, argon 4s2 3d1. When you lose the 3 electrons, okay, we have only argon. That means scandium +3. It is more stable. Why it is more stable here? Why it is more stable? It has only inert gases electronic configuration. It has only inert gases electronic configuration. So it is stable. The stability of ions, the stability of elements or ions also explained like this. Here I am taking iron +2 and iron +3. Iron +2 we called ferrous. Iron +3 we called ferric. Iron +2 we called ferrous. Iron +3 we called as ferric. Yes, na different ions are there. Okay, different ions are there. See those different ions, ferric and ferrous. Which is more stable? Ferric and ferrous, right? Okay. 2 minutes. Okay, ferric and ferrous. What is the electronic configuration of ferrous? 3D. Okay, 4s2 3d6. Here 4s2 3d6 iron. It lose 3 electrons, 2 electrons means 4s2 3d4. 4s2 3d4. These 2 electrons move now. Okay, 2 electrons move means we have 3d6 only. Sorry, 4s2 removed now. 4s2 removed means we have 3d6. 3d6. Here 3 electrons removed. 2 electrons from 4s orbital, 1 electron from 3d orbital. The electronic configuration of this one is 3d5. 3d5 is more stable after the electronic configuration. So Fe plus 3 is more stable than Fe plus 1. Here in copper, Cu plus 1 and Cu plus 2. Cu plus 1 electronic configuration. Here I am writing 3d. Cu plus 1 means 3d10 4s1. Okay, 4s1 remove. Here also 3d10 4s2. 4s1 sorry. 4s1. 4s1 means 4s1 here from 1. That means it becomes 3d9. Cu plus 2 electronic configuration of 3d9. Cu plus 1 electronic configuration of 3d10. 3d10 means it's completely filled electronic configuration. So Cu plus 1 is more stable than Cu plus 2. Cu plus 1 is more stable than Cu plus 2. Okay, this is the variable oxidation state. By knowing the variable oxidation state, we'll explain the stability of oxidation states also. Stability of oxidation states. This is about the variable oxidation states of 3D series. Then in continuation, we'll see 4D, 5D series also. Thank you.